Welcome to webdevelopment-school.com. My name is Twan van der Poel and today we're going to talk about Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop is a graphical program which allows you to design stuff, and particularly we're going to talk about designing websites. If you haven't got Adobe Photoshop already installed, please check for further information on our website webdevelopment-school.com, or go to adobe.com and download a free trial license. I believe it's a 30-day trial. When you're all done with that, you can start Adobe Photoshop. Well, this is version CS3. There are some newer versions out already, but we're not going to talk about that. Essentially the basics should be the same. You see a lot of segments of this interface. Let me start off by showing you this guy. This is the toolbar, and this is an important block because here it has all the layers and groups. This is your navigator here. And this is your workspace, all of this. Well, how is that gonna work? First off, we're gonna start with creating a new file. You can use the shortcut Control plus the N key, but we're gonna do it with the mouse. Say File, New. This is the new image window. You can use a preset for some film and video, or a photo, but we're gonna use custom, and we're gonna select our own measurements for this design. I'm gonna go and create an image 500 width and 500 height in pixels. I say okay, and there we go. This is called the canvas. This is our workspace. Here we can work. Here we have layers. This is one layer. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And this is the navigator. The navigator allows us to work around the document. Let me first start off with layers. Layers are, well, the word is saying it already, but if you have Microsoft Paint and you paint something, this is a bit different than it was in my time. You paint something, you're never gonna get these lines and the background separated from each other. So if you apply something like a brush, it's done. It's just all merged. It's one image. In Adobe Photoshop, you have layers. First off, let me start by unlocking this layer. You can double click at the thumbnail and say OK. See the small padlock disappears. Say we want to delete the white background. We're gonna choose the selection tool. You're gonna select all of this and hit the delete key. These little blocks in the background mean transparent. It's nothing. With this navigator you can zoom in or zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. And you can even get this thing and drag it around to see more specifics of your document. These layers can be renamed. If you double click on the name, you can change it. So I'm gonna call this one background. It's easy to it's important to give them logical names so you can find whatever it was. We're gonna fill this with a color. So first we're gonna select all of this, and we're gonna click the foreground color, and we're gonna get a little bit of yellow.